Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxman here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Arvada, Colorado. And I'm back here today for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. So this month we're focusing on things we're grateful for. And as we're getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving, I was thinking about how we gather together with friends and family. And so that is what my inspiration was for this week's card. So I first saw this card on by Rhonda Wade, and what I really liked about it is it had a place for you to put a picture. And I know that when I get Christmas cards, a lot of people like to put their family photos. And I thought this would be a great Christmas card idea so that we could show how you could incorporate those photos for your Christmas cards. So thanks to Rhonda, and I wanted to just show this card to everybody, and I hope you will enjoy it. So let's go ahead and switch cameras and get started with today's card. Okay, so today's card we are going to be using the Christmas to Remember and the Christmas Season, which is bundled with the seasonal labels dies. So we're going to be using all these in today's card. And let's go ahead and get started on the stamping. So I first wanted to stamp a pine cone out of that set. So I'm going to use the crumb cake and the soft suede to give it that two-tone look. So we're going to do the background in the crumb cake. So let's bring this in here and get some ink on this and stamp this down. And then we're going to do the detailed in the soft suede. And oops, didn't get enough ink on that one. Okay, then we're just going to stamp this on top. There we go. Then we are going to, because I wanted the paper that we're using, let me show you that, is this designer series paper here. And it has the pine cones and all that. And I will put all the descriptions of the measurements and what I use for this in the description. So what I'm focusing on are the pine cones, and so there's some sprigs here. So I went ahead and decided I wanted one of those sprigs. So we're going to take and this is Evening Evergreen. So we're going to take the Evening Evergreen and we're going to stamp one of them on here. I only need one. And there we go. And then I wanted to use the sentiment that said, oh, where is it? Here it is. It says, "'Tis the season." But I didn't want it to be this dark, so I'm going to go ahead and use the soft succulent, which is also part of this designer series paper. And we're going to go ahead and ink that up and stamp this on here. And I'm kind of just leaving room so that I can die cut these out. Okay, there we go. So there's that. We'll close these inks up for now. And normally I would just take the dies that come in this. This one is for this one right here. Well, let's turn it over the right way. And then this one's for this one. And I decided to use this one for this one. And I went ahead and took it over to my die cut machine and die cut it out, but I don't want to bore you with that. So this was the results right here. So let's set this aside for now. And let's go ahead and get the base of this card. And like I said, we're going to just, I'll put the dimensions in the description. So this is going to be our base, the soft suede. And then I took a basic white, and this is going to basically be like the little card on the side over here. So let's get working on that. So let's go ahead, and I took another evening evergreen, and we're going to go ahead and adhere this designer series paper to that piece of evening evergreen. And there we go. And while I'm doing this, just want to remind you that if you're enjoying these videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Trying to get some followers built up so that I can change the name to my business name and not have that crazy long number that they give you. So I would really appreciate you if you would subscribe. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that on there. Then we're going to adhere that to this piece right here. And get that going. And I have a funny story to tell you about the picture that we're using on this card. So you know how I didn't have a picture of me or my family or anything like that to use on this card. So you know how when you go to the stores and you buy the frames and stuff like that, and there's always a picture of somebody else. Well, I went out and Googled Christmas pictures and found this really beautiful picture. And so basically, I'm working my design around the picture. Don't know who these people are in the picture, but thought I would go ahead and print it off and use it on today's card. I just thought that was funny because I didn't have one of my own. Okay, so the inside of this is white, and we could just stamp there, but I always like that double layer on all my cards. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on the inside that I want. And we're going to do, may this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. So what I wanted, I kind of wanted it two-tone. So I'm going to take the soft succulent and I'm going to ink it up. And then I took my evening evergreen Stampin' Right marker, and on the brush tip I'm just going to color on top, right on top of the more not the words that are in script, but the other words. And I'm just going to kind of do that so that I can try to see if I can get that a little darker. And so I'm just going to do that on those words. And then I am going to stamp that on my card up at the top here. Trying not to get my head in the camera. There we go. So that way you kind of have like those words to be a little darker. Okay, then I wanted, again, some more of the sprigs on the inside, and so let me grab the evening evergreen and the soft succulent, and let me grab a piece of scrap paper here because I don't want to stamp off onto my counter here. We're going to take the sprig and we're going to ink it up in the evening evergreen, and we're going to go ahead and stamp it once in the bottom corner here, and then without re-inking it, stamp it off, and then that would kind of gives you that two-tone. But I kind of wanted another one over here, so I'm going to re-ink it up again, but now instead of stamping on here, I'm going to stamp off over here. And then I'm going to take it to my card. There we go. So that is for the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and close up these ink pads and get assembling this card. And just wait till you see the picture, you're gonna love it. Too bad it wasn't of anybody I knew. Okay, let's go ahead and get some adhesive on the back of here. Oops. And I did print the picture on a 4x6, but I had to cut it down. And again, I will put those dimensions in the description on what I cut the picture down to as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that inserted on the inside of the card. Now let's start adding our elements that we stamped and die cut. So I'm going to put these down flat because I want to pop up the other sentiment. So let's just get some adhesive on the back, and I'm just gonna kind of lay that there. More adhesive on the back of the pine cone, and kind of, let's see, let's put it like that. Then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals and put it on the back of my sentiment, "'Tis the Season." And I'm going to put 3 because I want it to be, I don't want it to sink in the middle. And I noticed that if I don't put enough, it kind of sinks in the middle. So now we're going to go ahead and kind of just put that right over the top of that and in the center of that pine cone and that sprig there. So there we go. There's that. Now we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the base of this, but I'm afraid that if I use this, that it won't be strong enough. So I think I'm going to get my, well, what did I do with it? Maybe I'm going to get it. I'm wondering if we should just use some liquid glue. I was looking for my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I don't know what happened to it. You know, that's the way it always goes, right? So we're going to go ahead and just put a lot of this. But if I were you, I would use something stronger like the Stampin' Seal Plus, just because this has quite a bit of, you know, weight on it. And so I'm just going to put a lot of this, since I can't find my Stampin' Seal Plus right now. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the left side with a little bit of the soft suede border showing. And already this is just coming together really nicely. So you have this card there. Now for the picture of these people that I don't know. So I just fell in love with this picture and the colors in it. And so that's why I picked the paper that I did. So we're going to go ahead and just adhere that down here. And I think this is going to be a nice way to make your own card, but still put your picture, right? Because you always want to send family photos at Christmas time. At least a lot of people I know like to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on this side over here. And push that down. I don't want it. Okay, so there you have it. 'Tis the Season. Then you open it up. May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. And then you can sign it. And then you have a picture there. And I just thought this was so nice. And then you just take a regular, I just happen to have kind of an off-white one, but you take a regular business envelope. I think they're the number 10. And these will fit right in this envelope perfectly. So you just go ahead, and there you have it. You got a nice card ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, no, we're not done yet. You know me, we got to have bling. So we're going to use these new ones that I finally got from the garden, the Eden's Garden Suite, and it's called the Garden Gems. And on here is these really cute little, like kind of iridescent. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and if you noticed on this card, there's kind of a little bit of room there, like the die cut, and we're going to put them right there, the little ones. So let's take one off of here and place that right there. Take another little one, place it on the other side, and there you have it. And you could add, you know, I think I will. This is such a pretty card anyway, even though I don't know who the family is, but you could go ahead and maybe add another one up there, a larger one. So there you go. See how pretty those are. So there's the card. Now we're done. So I hope you enjoyed that, and gives you an idea that you can still send a card, but also send a picture of your family. Okay, everyone, you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you again next Monday for my next episode of my MoJOY Monday. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.